Growing up in the bustling and diverse District 6 of Cape Town, South Africa was not easy during apartheid. For Najwah Allie-Edries, it was a time of adversity, but also a time of inspiration. She was witness to the injustices and oppression faced by her community and saw the need for change.
I was born in District 6 at Peninsula Maternity Home. I have very many happy memories of growing up in District 6. I guess memories that started informing me about what life can really be like. And then when I went to school, we moved out of District 6 and we moved to Belgravia. And again, I had a sense of I'm a little bit other. Inside of me, something shifted to this sense of otherness, which made me a little bit of a rebel. Towards the end of school, people were speaking about the unrest, and it was 1976. I went to high school, and that kind of protest was a part of life.
We've been fortunate to spend quite a bit of time with Najwah, as a management team, and so we've gotten to hear some of her, her story. Her high school and varsity years were characterized by instances of civil unrest and boycotts. It was a deep sense of, or time of churn in the country. All of that I found fashioned in her as a resilience and a strength that has really made her the perfect person to lead a fund such as the Jobs Fund.
Najwah had a father who faced a lot of health challenges but gave her the best he could. He instilled in her a love for Islam as well as the values of hard work and perseverance. These became the foundation of the person that Najwah is to this day.
Well, I think that I learned from a very early on that if I wanted to be something in life, if I wanted to aspire to anything, then it was going to be up to me. My father and being sick for long periods at a time, but despite that, he worked. Whether he wasn't feeling well, he went to work. So that work ethic was a very, very strong thing, and it stuck with me.
For me, two words come up in terms of what characterizes her leadership style: urgency and heart. Najwah has a deep appreciation of the magnitude of the social challenges that we face in South Africa. And so this understanding drives her sense of urgency to get things done. And in terms of heart, she leads with the end in mind. Her life up until this point has really brought into sharp focus for her what's really important.
Determined to make a difference, Najwah applied to the University of Cape Town, which for a girl from the Cape Flats was still a very far-fetched idea. To her surprise, she got accepted and her foray into what was deemed impossible became possible.
University was also defined by protest, hard work. I was absolutely scared of failing. For me personally, that is where I guess a deeper consciousness of the inequalities in our country, and it stirred within me a greater need to do something that was meaningful. And I found that in the work that I did at Saldru initially.
After university, Najwah got a job as a labor researcher, and this started her career in the public sector. Today, she heads up the Jobs Fund, a government-led initiative aimed at creating jobs for young South Africans.
It's not a job. It's like I really, really enjoy what I do. Yes, there are very many challenges. Finding additional funding. The Jobs Fund was capitalized with 9 billion rand. I've allocated that 9 billion rand to more than 150 projects. More than 200,000 jobs have been created. More than 40,000 SMMEs have been supported. But when I see the work that has been done, when I see the impact on people's lives, when I can say with a fair amount of pride that the money that was allocated to the Jobs Fund has reached the people that it was intended to. The work that we do is not just about job creation, but has a much, much broader social impact.
As a devout Muslim, Najwah's faith is also a big part of her motivation. Islam emphasizes the importance of serving others and creating a better world. and Najwah sees her work as a way to fulfill these values.
From what I have experienced of her is that she really takes her religion seriously. It really is what drives her, I find. So she's someone who, driven by her religion.
Islam is my world. It informs how I do my job. I've had many challenges in my professional life, not just because I'm a woman, but sometimes also because I haven't been seen as being black enough, and my faith has carried me. My faith in Allah, and this is something that has been instilled in me as a child. This is my mum and my dad showing me the way, teaching me to have faith, teaching me what it means to have faith. Listening to my father, seeing him in hospital, still believing that it is Allah's will, that whatever we receive in this life, it is by Allah Ta'ala's design. So when you are having struggles and challenges, to turn towards Allah, and that is what I found when the chips have been down. But to have that faith and self-belief that if this is Allah's will, then I am His instrument, because Allah Ta'ala truly will not put anything in my way that is too heavy a burden for me to carry.
Under Najwah's leadership, the Jobs Fund has already created thousands of jobs and transformed the lives of young South Africans.
Being part of this program has meant a lot for me. I've learned a lot about myself, and that means being permanent, I'll have financial freedom, I'll be able to take care of my family and myself, and I have been a lot more disciplined ever since I started this program.
That little girl is always with me. The sadness, the fear, the happiness, but that little girl is always with me. Living those experiences, I've always said that if I can do for someone else so that they don't have to have those feelings, then I will be a happy person.
With her determination, passion, and unwavering commitment to make a difference, there's no doubt that she will continue to inspire and empower her community for many years to come.